What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. And it's really nice outside today, but we gotta get some work done. Today I'm gonna be focusing on the fuel system. I have the gas tank back with the internal fuel pump, so I want to try and mock that up, get it on the car. I'm gonna put the ITBs on and the fuel pressure regulator, and once I have everything there, I'm gonna see basically how much hose, how many fittings, what type of fittings I'm gonna need to basically connect the dots. So the goal today is mount the stuff onto that and see what I need. So let's go ahead and do that after my break. Alright, so let me show you the components. This is what we got. We got the Jenvey Heritage ITBs right there. I got an Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. And on top of all that, below all that, I got this is a stock 240z gas tank with an Aeromotive in-tank fuel pump, fuel system thing. I think it's called a Phantom Pro or something like that. But yeah, so basically what I currently have on the car is a 280z gas tank for fuel injection, which is kind of fine, but it's not going to work for my setup. My setup requires AN6's inlet and outlet, and then that tank doesn't have that. I think the returns is slightly smaller, but for most other, turbo L28s or anything like that, that tank is fine. This, on the other hand, I like because it solves a couple problems. It mounts on here. You basically cut a hole into the top of your gas tank. And then a plate right there, seal it all up, and once that's there, it basically has the fuel pump inside the tank, so I don't have to mount an external one somewhere else. So I like this setup, so that's why I'm changing the 280 tank that's in there for this guy. So I'm gonna mock this guy up to see what kind of angles I need on these outlets, the return and the outlet one. And then same thing here, I'm gonna mount the fuel pressure regulator on the firewall, and then these guys on the engine, and see how many fittings, how much hose, how much everything I'm gonna need, and then we'll go from there. So since the car is still on the ground, I'm gonna start off with the ITBs and the fuel pressure regulator, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh man, that thing looks so good right there. But yeah, a couple things I noticed. This guy, this lever here, I'm probably not going to use. I'm going to have to use this guy for the throttle cable, so an actual cable going in there. I'll figure that out later. On the fuel pressure regulator, I made this little plate. I don't know if you can see right here. This guy's kind of in the way with whatever fitting is gonna go here, so I have plenty of room, so I'm gonna grind that down, clean it up. Good thing I haven't painted it yet. So I gotta make some adjustments to that, but other than that, everything looks pretty good. Everything, I don't see any clearance issues. Basically gonna get a hose, feed all these, come back here. I'll show you on this side. So basically the plan is I'm gonna have metal fuel lines through the trans tunnel. They're gonna come out through there, here, here, up to here. That's gonna be metal, and then I'll put a fitting and then run a hose so it has some flex. If I'm not mistaken, I think this bolt and this one were used to hold the OEM fuel rail for the SUs. So I think I'm gonna repurpose them to hold the hose here on the top of the engine, and then basically it's gonna come through here, curve in here, and into feed these guys and back out there. And then there's a fitting on this guy that's gonna go back down and connect to another metal line down there, and then go back to the gas tank. So yeah, that's the plan for the engine bay. I have these right here that I want to show you guys. So this would be the stock rubber insulator. It has two lines, one for return, one for the fuel coming in. I'm only going to use one hose because it's bigger. I wouldn't be able to fit two. So this is one we 3D printed. It's in two pieces. We're going to use a set screw to hold it together. But basically it's the correct hole size for the size fuel line that we're going to run down here. So yeah, these are pretty cool. I still got to do a couple modifications, reprint them, and then print a bunch of them. But that's basically the plan to hold this down. So yeah, now I'm gonna make a small list of all the fittings and stuff I'm gonna need up here. I'm gonna put the car on the lift and then start taking out the old gas tank and start mocking up the, well, technically the new old gas tank. So let's go ahead and do that.
Say I hope you're feeling. I gotta smile and say I hope you're feeling better, and make believe it came from you.
Alright, so we got the tank in and it's a very tight fit. As you can see right here, that I think this one's the return line. We might be able to get away with like a 45 and have it come out through here and then go that, you know, go this way. And then on this one, I think a straight one will go. This little bracket here, it's like a little bent bracket. The top of the tank was supposed to rest on it. I don't know if it's gonna be in the way. If it's gonna be in the way, I'll just cut it out, because it's honestly not touching anything anymore and it's just kind of in the way. And then we got the vent line here, which I already put the fitting. So basically a vent line, we can drop it here and it goes up through, I think there's a hole somewhere here or something. But basically it goes to the canister upstairs. But yeah, I was pretty happy that these straps still fit. I think I ordered the 280 ones and they barely fit and the tank's on there nice and tight. Now the only thing I need to figure out is there's an outlet up here. I don't know if you can be seen. And then there's this outlet back here. I gotta figure out the hose routings for that. And then back into the little canister that comes up here. But anyways, that's it for my fuel setup. I have a list of fittings that I need to order. I'm gonna go ahead and order those. We're still working on the 3D printed fittings. Once I'm done with those, I think I'll install the hard lines, and hopefully by then the fittings come in, fittings and hoses, so that we can basically connect the dots on all the fuel system and you know, check it off the checklist. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.